Hey family, welcome back to another episode of O to Behold with Camille Young. You looking at it? That's me. Glad to have you here with me on today. We know coming up this Sunday is Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to all of the wonderful dads that are out there taking care of their business and doing what they're supposed to do, okay, for their children. So happy Father's Day to you. All right, so we're going to jump into today's topic. All right, and as we know, Father's Day is coming up. So the topic I want to talk about today is relating to that, okay? The title of today's topic is The Pride of a Man, a Woman's Perspective. All right? The pride of a man, a woman's perspective. So I wanted to talk about this, and I'm not a man. I was born 100% woman. Okay, let's be clear. We got to be clear these days, don't we? So I can only speak from a woman's perspective and my interaction with men, whether it be my own brothers, remembering my father. I have uncles, male cousins, men that I have dated, male friends that I have, male colleagues. So I will be coming from the female perspective, talking about the pride of a man, okay? And that's something that I've found that 99.99999% of men have a lot of pride, okay? A lot of pride. And I'm not necessarily, some of it I am talking about pride as the Bible speaks about pride, God hates a proud look and all of that. I am alluding to that, but not to the fullest extent. I'm speaking more of the pride of a man, meaning more so around, the stubbornness of a man, or a man who is just unwilling to do certain things, or just his aura is that of one who, kind of has a know-it-all, not very bendable and flexible. That's what I'm speaking to more so. All right. And this is not a male bashing session. Let's be clear. I don't male bash because I love my men, baby. I love y'all. If you watching Black Man, I love you. Okay. I love you. But I do want to speak to, and I've only dated African American men, so I am speaking more so to my experience from the perspective of African American men, even though I have been around men of other races and ethnicities. All right, so just want to make that clear. But yeah, so the pride of a man, that's one of those areas where I really hope that men, and especially if you're watching, or if you women, for those of you who are women who are watching, you probably can speak to this with the men that you've dated or that you're currently married to, or dated in the past, that the pride of a man is so hard to crack. When you get a prideful man, it's very little that you can tell him, okay? Which many times makes relationships, whether it be marital or dating relationships, and even collegial relationships, difficult, because when you have a man that will not bend, that is inflexible, who just has a really tunnel vision. That's really what it comes down to, a tunnel vision and having a closed mindset. It's difficult to deal with them. Okay. Now some levels of pride is good, because sometimes a man with pride, he takes pride in being a provider. He takes pride in, being successful, or, whatever that level of success is, owning his own business, or holding a position or a title within an organization, that type of thing. So the pride of a man, for that, those things, they're good. However, I'm speaking more so around the pride of a man when it comes to his personality and how he operates, and how he navigates relationships with others. I just want to tell you, men, and don't get me wrong, men and women are very different. I'm not asking you or telling you to be a woman. Don't confuse that. What I'm asking and saying, it's okay to show your softer side, okay? It's okay to show that emotional side of you, especially if you have a woman who loves you, if you have a woman who is doing her best to support you, to be there for you. If you all have children together, she is, raising those children really well and just maybe needing more support from you. Or you may be an empty nester and it's just the two of you. There is a romantic side that I would venture to say every woman wants to experience from her man. And it doesn't always have to be sexual. All right. It may eventually lead up to sex sometimes, but sometimes it's not even about having sex. It's about intimacy, just the grabbing of the hand or grabbing of the, around the shoulder, or the kiss on the cheek, or the holding hands when you're maybe walking down the street or walking in church, or just that, a good eye contact, or just maybe even the rubbing of the noses. You can't be too prideful to do those things to the woman and for the woman that you love, to show a level of romance and vulnerability. All right. And I know it's difficult for men to be vulnerable. It's difficult for people to be vulnerable, but I know more especially it's difficult for men to be vulnerable. And I did a video about vulnerability. Go back and watch that video. Okay. Go back and watch that video that talks about vulnerability. But I'm talking to the men today because, we have Father's Day coming up. Even being softer towards your children, showing that emotional side for your children. Men, especially with your girls, you have to tell your girls you're beautiful. I love you. Hug them, kiss them, tell them that I'm here for you. And even for your boys, you want your boys to have a level of toughness, but you want them to also be in tune to their emotional side, because if they reproduce another you just hard. You're too hard. All right? You're just too hard. And what you end up doing is making your woman harder, and you make your children harder. And that's not a good thing. You always want a woman to be able to be the softer one in the relationship. The Bible talks about the woman being the weaker vessel. You want that. And weaker does not mean weaker as in the mind or emotional. She's the softer side of you. Okay? She's the one that has a greater emotion and sensitivity and intuitiveness when it comes to things. All right? Again, men, I'm not asking you to be soft. I'm asking you to be softer. Don't allow your pride to get in the way of loving your woman like she deserves to be loved, loving your children like they deserve to be loved, okay? Giving that emotional, being sensitive to your employees, if you're a business owner or you're in a position of power, having a sensitivity to your employees. Don't let your pride get in the way. All right? I love y'all. I love my black men. I did a video, I think it was last year or the year before, talking about we want you, we love you, we need you, men. We need you all. But we need the softer side of you sometimes, a lot of the times. Not 100% of the time, because there are times where we need that toughness. We need that sternness. We need a little bit of stubbornness. But we also need that balanced with that softer side of you, okay? I hope you have ears to really hear what I'm saying and not take it in a manner where I'm telling you what to do or trying to soften you to the place where, people will talk about you. I'm not doing that. But I am wanting to talk to you because I, as a woman, I know what I need as a woman. And your woman, the woman that you're dating or the woman that you're married to, she has needs as well. She has needs. The same way you have certain needs, so does she. And it's your job to meet her needs. It's your job to meet her needs, whether it be physical, whether it be emotional, spiritually. She needs all of that. All right? And don't be prideful. Don't do that. Don't be so stubborn. All right? Let's do this. Make this a mantra from this day forward. This is something that you're going to be purposefully do in your relationships. Okay? You're going to do this purposefully. All right? And you'll be practicing it on all relationships that you have. And before you know it, you got that thing right. You a whole nother person. You done made a whole change in your whole situation. Your whole relationship has changed because of just some minor tweaks that you can make in your life, man. Okay? All right. Thank you so much for joining me for another episode of Oh to Behold. Happy Father's Day to all of the fathers out there. Ladies, make sure you recognize those men in your life for Father's Day. All right? Go get your book at www.ohtobehold.com. Don't forget to like, share, and comment on this video. Okay? I love you guys. And until next time, God bless.